And welcome back to Create Mod here on Music for Gaming. It is great to have you here, and my quest continues to turn my base into a home, really. It's been boring and like chests out in the middle of nowhere and all this stuff, and I'm starting to get walls up and trying to add some prettiness to the whole thing, and I need to figure out something that's going to happen out here. So let me talk you through what the plan is, and then we'll get into things. So as I mentioned in the last episode, as I was building these windows, I want to build a wall along the outside of the tree factory here. That's going to sort of define the factory room, the factory floor for all of the wood products that are happening here. But I have a couple of other things that I need to do, and I need to sort of define an area here and build them. And the first thing I need to build, I think, is an elevator. Like, wait, you have an elevator. It's over there. Yes, I do. I need an elevator that goes down. See, over here in this little wet, swampy bit, I've got this staircase that leads down here into, well, the underground. And aside from the occasional iron golem, this is pretty empty. But what this is copper level. And so I've been slowly digging this thing out, hunting for copper. And then it also leads down, well, down. Any guardrails there. It also leads down here somewhere into my deep mine and all that good stuff, right? So if I need more deep slate or things like that. But I don't want this just to be this random block staircase coming out of this little swampy bit. So I'm going to need an elevator to take me down there. So I think that's going to be my first concern. So I need to dig down to about Y45. And the good news is I have my digger, so I can get this dropping down. Now, this will go down. I need to free cam down here, keep an eye on it. I need to get to, it's at 45 is right about here. So we'll let this thing go. Looks like I'm going to have a little bit of a water problem as I get down here, but that's okay. All right, so that should do it. I'm down here at 44, so that's at 45. Awesome. Now, I do have a problem, aside from the fact it's like wicked dark down here. I used this digger over here and just dug a really big hole. So I'm going to have to put a bridge over that if I want to get over to the rest of my area. But that's not that big a deal. I think I can get that sorted out. So, awesome. Awesome, awesome. So let's go ahead and scoop that guy back up. Ah, sweet. I love being able to build these little contraptions to make my life so much easier. That was great. So the elevator is going to come down here. I've got it sort of a floor laid out for the elevator itself. That glowstone is the layer it's going to sit on. And a temporary water column so I can get in and out of this thing. And I've got a nice little bridge sticking out here. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not a huge fan of plummeting to my death. So I'm going to try to place some iron bars along here. Now, the problem is I'm really bad at clicking on things. So I will definitely have to go back and clean up my broken barrage. But as opposed to a barrage, which is totally different. But I'm going to lay some bars down here. And this is going to, well, as I said, keep me from plummeting to my doom, which happens with alarming frequency in when I'm around deep holes. So I'm just gonna get these filled in and then we'll figure out what to do with the elevator. So the way this is gonna work is I'm gonna use gantries. Now, gantries are a little bit different from the pulleys that I've got up over on that elevator there. The way these things work is you take yourself one happy little gantry carriage, right? And you can attach it to a gantry. Let's see if I can get around the scaffolding here. Or, there it goes. And see, it goes up and down based off of the spin of the gantry. And then you can rotate the spin and make it go down. And boom, there we go. Now, I'm going to control this using a toggle, right? That's that switch. And a redstone link, which is going to be nice. This is on Jungle Gantry for those that care. I also have a rotational speed controller here to adjust the speed, because at full 256, it's going to catapult me to the moon when it hits the top, or I'll glitch out and fall to my death, which is also fun. But I have this hooked up to the same power line that's running the mechanical arms and all this stuff over here. So that's fun and exciting. Now that all I have to do is get this gantry carriage way down here, get this gantry carriage to connect to my elevator and fall to my death, because that is also fun. Yes, that is so much fun that I cannot even describe how much fun it is. Yeah, so I just need to connect this gantry carriage to what will be this elevator, and this is going to be awesome. All right, so I guess that is the next step. So I have the elevator outline here, and this is, for those of you who've never seen it, this is granite pillars and small granite bricks. These are blocks that were added as part of the Create mod. And I think they make a nice outline around the elevator platform. Now, underneath, right, here's the, let me free cam because it'll be easier to see. Here's the gantry. Here's the gantry carriage. And then I have it just connected with 1, 2, 3, 4 iron blocks. Now, in theory, then what'll happen is when I flip the switch, these things are going to meander down here until they hit the floor down here. But I think what I'm going to have to do is lower this gantry shaft down another 3 or 4 blocks so that everything lines up. Because if I hit this now, right, that's going to go down, but I'm going to hit the end of the gantry shaft, and obviously my elevator is not in the right place. I still need to come down 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So, and that speed's not too bad. I might make it a little faster, but let's get the other gantry shafts in place and then see what this looks like. All right, the added gantry shafts are in place. So now if I flip this switch, that's going to go down, and it's going to stop. Why did it stop? Well, that's an interesting question. Why did it stop? All right, well, that's something to figure out. That doesn't make any sense at all. Cool. Well, I figured out why it stopped. Turns out I have a couple of iron fences in the way. So, cool. So now what should happen? Right, and that's attached. All right, let's roll it up and roll it back down again and see if this actually fixes it. I hope it does, because this should be really simple. Should be very, very simple. All right. Oh. I also have another problem, but that one's on me. Okay, so that one comes down and it stops a block high, which is fine. I just realized I did something really silly. So what I wanted was for the granite to stay here and the bricks to be the elevator, and I glued all of this because I am very careless with glue, apparently. So I think I'm going to have to tear this whole thing out, and I really, really hope I can make this work the way I want it to without now having a permanent sticky spot in my world, because that's just gross. All right, and the elevator is done. I still need to decorate the shaft itself, but, you know, I can live with that. But now it works. I did toy with putting the button in the, or on the lift itself, but when it came down to it, it just wasn't really worth it, because I still want call buttons on top so that, you know, for example, if I'm up here and I need to get into the elevator, well, I can come around and hit the button. Now, I did put that on this side because I wanted the walkway and I didn't want that pedestal in the way. And I've got some other plans happening over here and potentially here. So that seemed like the place to put it for now. But at least that project is done. All right, project number 2 for today is going to be this area right here. I've got it marked out a little bit with the smooth deep slate, or the polished deep slate, I guess it is. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this just sort of as a little park and pond and stuff. So I'm going to glass it in, clean it up a little bit, and when I get frogs, I'll probably bring a frog or two in here just for, you know, decorative frogage, because, you know, every house needs decorative frogs. So get those in place, and it's basically just going to be a nice little, almost aquarium, but for frogs. That seems like a reasonable thing. It'll give something, give these villagers behind me something to look at while they're trapped in their little boxes all day. All right, so the aquarium is glassed in, mostly. I've got a little gap so I can get in and out for the time being. And I'm starting to shape things a little bit. I've got some moss, which is great. The problem is it doesn't quite fit in the way the way I'd like it to completely, because, hey, it's green and grass out here in the savannah is sort of yellow. So I'm sort of adding it in just to add a little bit of spice in places, a little splash of color. I'm also trying to get a few like rock formations and things happening out here. So I'll be adding some of those things. I've also went out and grabbed a couple of turtle shells, which I thought would be kind of nice, just to hatch some turtles. Since I don't have frogs, I figured, you know, I could add a couple of turtles and the frogs can come later, right? That seems somewhat reasonable. And then, you know, I'll add a little bit more greenery around here, you know, some too tall grass. I should go get some kelp and stuff too. And just, you know, let this sort of grow up. I'm even going to leave this, you know, open back here. Sure, things are going to sort of end up back here. They'll swim in and out. But I think that's going to look good just with, you know, sometimes you'll see them, sometimes you don't. I might even go scoop up some tropical fish, because I think there's some just off the coast around me, and throw some tropical fish in here too. You know, just have all sorts of fun stuff. All right, a little bit of decorative work later, and I think it's looking much better. I need to do a little bit up there in that corner. I've got some stonework going in, with some azalea saplings and stuff going. I also decided to open up the window into my bedroom, which has definitely pointed out to me that I need to actually get around to making my bedroom look good. It's looking a little sad and pathetic. But I also added some tropical fish. Unfortunately, they've all decided to school together over here. So I put them all in different parts of the water, and they all decided they want to live over there now. Okay, maybe they'll spread out at some point, but, you know, I do know they like to flock, so, yeah, we'll do that. 2 tropical fish that I did pick up but decided maybe it would be bad to put in here were these puffer fish. So glad to have them if I ever need water breathing potions, but which I don't because I have a scuba suit over there. So great. But I think at this point I'm pretty well done with this. I just need to let those turtles hatch, but that can happen pretty much any time. So I think I'll go ahead and close this up. Well, now I do need to go do some work on the top corner. But I'm almost ready to close this up. Yes, nurse, close up the patient. Well, wait a minute. Let's open them up again because maybe there's a little bit more that we need to do here. So I'm going to just do a little bit more decorating over here. Maybe bring in a little bit more stonework. But I think overall, this area is looking pretty nice. All right, I touched up that back wall with a little more stone and andesite and cut andesite, which is apparently a thing from the Create mod. And this whole area is looking a lot better. It'll be good, especially when I add a couple of frogs in here. Some orange ones would be really nice to just to bring out some color and movement and stuff. My turtles are hatching, so this, I think now I'm going to officially call this done, at least until I get some frogs to drop in there. I like it. I like it. I think it's looking really nice. All right, I'm not entirely sure what that turtle is doing, but it seems to be playing hide and seek. It's just sort of hanging out here in the grass, just maybe spying on the other egg, waiting for it to hatch. Let me have a friend. Let me have a friend. Okay. Well, have fun, man. Well, that's all the time I've got for today. Hide and seek turtle notwithstanding. Thank you all for joining me. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. You know how all that stuff works. And until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.